All right. Today, I am like so hyper excited. Because there have been so much response to this Back to Eden Charlotte retreat that we're having. We're going to the not to the mountains, to the creek, which is like a lake in North Carolina, and it's wonderful. And it's a private area. There's like 6 cabins, and I had planned that we would only be like one cabin which holds 6 people, and that was all I was thinking of. And I was excited about that. Actually, a little apprehensive that I wouldn't be able to even fill up that one cabin. Well, like I said, there are 6 cabins on the mountain. And so far, the response has been so overwhelming that I believe that we have actually already booked all 6 or filled all 6. I've only booked 4 so far. So I've got a call in the morning to see if those last 2 are available, and I'm tripping out. But I'm excited. I am working on the menu. I am working on the activities, the festivities, the praise and worship, the meals, the everything. And I'm just like, ah. And then on top of that, this morning, well, yesterday, I was talking about my exercise regimen with my pastor, who is also a personal trainer and a fitness junkie, if you will, and told him that I feel kind of stuck and that I'm still being consistent or whatever with my exercise and my eating properly, but that I had kind of reached a plateau where I'm kind of stuck. My interests still seem to be going down though, so I'm not really that upset. But anyway, I would like to see the scale move. So he said that he asked me what I was doing, and I said I'm jogging. I'm jogging like about 4 to 6 miles each day, and 3 times a week working out. And so he asked me if I was timing my miles. Well, of course I was not. I'm jogging, which is much better than walking, which is much better than nothing, which is where I started last year. So I thought that that was enough. But he challenged me this morning to run a mile and to time it to see where I was. And this morning I ran my first mile, which is amazing because last year at this time, and you can go back to the videos and look at them for yourself, but last year at this time, I was barely um, walking a whole mile without running out of breath or whatever. So I got up this morning and waited for the sun to come up after my son left for school, and then I took my stopwatch and I said, click 'em, and I ran. And I started out and I was thinking to myself, oh, this is great, I can do this. And then I'm going, I'm sitting here and I'm joking. But anyway, I managed to make the end of the mile because I had driven out a path that I knew was a mile long. I managed to make it to the end of the mile, out of breath and ready to track down anybody to drive me home so that I wouldn't have to walk back. But anyway, the time on my first mile was 8 minutes. Now I remember the first time I jogged, walked that, quick walked my first mile was 15 minutes. And 8 minutes was unfathomable for me. So then, of course, I had to stand there and practically throw up. And I was heaving. It was very taxing. But, hey, I made it. It's the first time. I thank God for that. And then, of course, I had to make it the round trip, right? So that meant I had to do 2 miles. And I had resolved myself to crawl the second mile back. I wasn't going to do it, anything extra. But then suddenly I decided, you know what? I'm going to run it back and running back obviously with less energy and less I don't know, just having already spent myself, I still made a 9-minute mile coming back on the round trip. So I did a round trip in 17 minutes, which is like 2 minutes longer than it took me the first time I did 1 mile. So I'm excited about that, and I've been kind of telling people that every day, every day. So then, I mean, all day today, all day today. I did this, and I'm excited that I did it because I didn't think that I could do it. But And it wasn't like something that I was able to do immediately. I couldn't have woken up, you know, November of 2009 or September of 2009 and just went out there and ran that. I've graduated up to it. So it just showed me that um, that these things take progress. I mean, it's a process, and it takes time to progress in the process. So I'm just kind of reticent about. It's thought provoking for me, I guess is what I want to say. So I've been thinking about that and thinking about how many things I've actually been consistent about this year for the first time in my life, making a decision to do something and getting in line with God and really sticking with it. I mean, I could think of how many years I made New Year's resolutions in January, and that by by Valentine's Day, God forbid, by mid-January they were out the window. There was nothing. They were nothing. And this time, here I am going into the end of the year, still finding ways. God is still finding little things to keep me open with renewing my commitment to this journey so that it becomes a lifestyle that is something that I keep doing and keep doing and keep doing, and not just, oh, I'm going to reach a goal of this size or that size or whatever and then go back to whatever. That is really remarkable to me, that he gave me so many people. That's really the biggest thing for me. He's given me so many people that encourage and uplift me and keep me going and keep me motivated, that I would be doing them a disservice if I stopped or if I gave up. So it's almost, it, I think it's just amazing how he has really helped me this time, and how much a difference it makes to be consistent and to ask God to order your steps and to really listen when he tells you step here, step there, and go. And knowing that God is a gentle guide, you know, he's been telling me all along what to do and how to do it. I mean, I can remember 5 years ago, eat less, exercise more. It's not rocket science. But he's such a gentle guide that he doesn't just snatch me by my hair and say, eat less, exercise more. No, he says, I'm telling you what to do, and you know, it's up to you to do it. You have free will, just like, you know, in everything. So I'm just glad that, you know, he's giving me this breakthrough, and I'm walking in it. And even when I slip and fall, I see things differently now. I look at this as a lifestyle journey. So it's not one that one mistake or one failure is going to derail. And with that, I just pick myself up and dust myself off and keep walking on water. I hope you keep walking on water. Keep walking on water. That's good night. I'm gonna try to wind down and go to sleep. If I can, I gotta get back up at 5:30 in the morning. Walk on water.